खेल 8:15बाट सुरु भनिए तापनि अझैसम्म खेल सुरुवात भइसकेको छैन। नेपालले टस जिते पहिला ब्याटिङ गर्नेछ भने क्यानाडाको एचपी टिम भनेको क्यानाडाको ए टिम हो जसले चाहिँ पहिला बलिङ गर्नेछ है। हामी सामु रहिरहनु होला साथीहरू र सम्पूर्ण साथीहरूले हाम्रो लाइभ सेसनलाई लाइक गरिदिनु होला। सबै साथीहरूले एक पनि लोभ नमानिकन खेल सुरु हुनुभन्दा जति पनि उपस्थित हुनुहुन्छ सबै साथीहरूलाई एक लाइक गर्न अनुरोध गर्दछु। साथै हाम्रो च्यानललाई सब्स्क्राइब पनि गरिदिनु होला। हजुरको सानो सहयोग साथ है। अब केही समयपछि खेल सुरुवात हुनेछ। हाम्रा रेफ्री टिमहरू उपस्थित भइसक्नु भएको छ। मैदानमा हामी देख्न सक्छौं क्यानाडाको टोली पनि आइसकेको छ। अब लगत्तै म्याच सुरु हुनेछ। हिजो यही टिमसँग नेपाल हारेको पनि थियो। आज जितोस् हाम्रो चाहना। नेपाल झुक्ने छैन कहिले भन्ने गीतलाई सार्थक पारोस्, यो शब्दलाई सार्थक पारोस्। आज मजाले जित हासिल गरोस्। केही समय अगाडि क्यानाडा पनि नेपाल टुरमा आएको बेला नेपालसँग क्लिन स्विप हुँदै नेपालको राष्ट्रिय टिमसँग क्लिन स्विप हुँदै नेपालको ए टिमसँगै एक गेम नेपालको ए टिमले जितेको र बाँकी 2 गेम क्यानाडाले जितेको थियो। त्यही क्यानाडाको टिम हो यो।
A very good morning to one and all watching this live feed from the Maple Leaf cricket ground at King City, Ontario, Canada. Second game or the second ODI between Nepal and the high performance team from Canada. Nepal claimed the toss and wanted to bat first once again. A nice sunny morning, will cool up during the day, but right now the temperatures are perfect from a cricketing standpoint. As the umpires are signaling to the scorers to get the game going, we have the Nepal openers, Arjun Saud and Anil Kumar Shah, ready to take strike. Both of them stringed a beautiful partnership in yesterday's game. As I'm joined by my fellow commentator, Abdul. First ball coming up. Low full toss, flicked on the onside for a couple of runs. Nepal off the mark. Time to say good morning to Abdul.
Good morning, Venu. Hello, and good morning to everyone who's watching us from all parts of the world. Welcome back to King City Maple Leaf Cricket Ground, where it was a close combat between Nepal and the high-performance side yesterday. And how about the opening stands? They are again with the regulatories with Anil Kumar Shah and Arjun Saud.
Down the leg side, called a wide. Interestingly, today, Canada opening with Irfan. Irfan Sadat, who bowled in the middle overs, got a couple of interesting breakthroughs, and that kind of opened the floodgates as far as the Canada team and the Nepal batting was concerned. Irfan coming in from the northern end.
2 slips for Irfan Sadat, Venu. He would have expected Zahid Shirzad, an interesting change to see him take the bench, making way for one of his other teammates. I'm sure Munir Kakar might have taken his place, especially with the batting.
to just fit in and do the job for your team as and when needed.
But now it looks perilous for Kanwar Tadgur. We'll have a halt of play for a bit and we'll join you soon once the play resumes.
Welcome back, everyone. We are ready to start. After a small break for injury, here comes Norman, slightly wide.
Replaced by Nicholas Manohar, the wicketkeeper, Kanwar Tadgur. Will surely be disappointed with that injury, but that's not in your control to stop the injuries. It's just the gameplay
That's right.
and the intensity.
Part of the sport.
Good swing, good shape. That's a snutter from Noman Zafar.
That was a real Jaffa. Literally starting on middle and off, Missing the outside edge, a perfect ball. Too good to get out.
He was waiting there to play it on the onside, and it slipped away from him from the top of off. Good signs here, getting Noman Zafar testing, and should be a good match to fill in the shoes of Zahid Shirzad, especially who was able to get plenty of bounce off the surface.
Beautifully bowled once again. Tight line, not giving anything away, getting that hint of outswing.
His mindset has been clear. Was a little too full for Anil Kumar to play him through the covers, and immediately he realized it wasn't a bad ball to come back to that again. You've told that it was full, two slips were there. The intention was to make sure the batsman drives it. And yes, but what he's doing better is that he's modulated it with a better length between the stumps and producing swing.
Thrown the kitchen sink at that one. Gone to third man. As Ravi Shastri says, if you flash, flash hard. And that's what the batter did.
Would have been a productive result if he did flashed hard at that one. 2 overs done, 15 for Nepal. A good start, indeed. Irfan Sadat back into the attack with a tailing in swinger. With the likes of pitches, it's upgrading. Let's not forget the type of bowling attack Nepal has and how well they can capitalize on spin. Spin has definitely been Nepal's strength.
Yes, yesterday's game was a perfect example of what you're saying, Abdul. In the air, just wide of second slip. A great attempt there. But I believe the ball was a bit too far and too quick for the player to react.
If it's touched his fingers, if it's touched his palm, then might have been taken there. Harsh on the youngster.
I think it's 50-50, I would say. Not an absolute chance, but yeah, could have been a blinder if he took it.
This is the second time. The ball's gone in the same direction, forcing Anil to drive. He can try that where he's standing to move onto his right side a bit more. On your screens will be left. Ali Nadeem, who's standing on the first slip.
That's the wide one, and that's what we were talking about, Abdul, in the previous over. I think Irfan needs to be a bit more consistent out here. By bowling a couple of good deliveries, he tends to kind of slip in a wide one or a loose ball here and there. I think the idea is to consistently apply pressure on the batters and make them earn their runs instead of giving away in extras like these.
This is a good pair up between Noman Zafar and Irfan Sadat. Once
again, down the leg side. A good take by the keeper, Nicholas Manohar, who has replaced Kanwar Tadgur.
Noman Zafar predominantly working on his swing, and Irfan Sadat relying more on the seamer from the surface. Good pairing to start the innings. 2 wides for Irfan Sadat, and might be looking for a chance here because Anil has looked on the go. Trying to take the chances on.
Yeah, Arjun has just faced a couple of deliveries so far. Most of the strike was taken up by Anil Kumar Shah in the first couple of overs.
That's full, and you can clearly see the shape.
I think Irfan looks much more comfortable, Arjun, when he tends to bowl fuller. That's what we've seen even yesterday. In the middle overs, he is trying to bowl much fuller and trying to make the batter drive. And I think that's probably his strength, to get the ball to swing.
And his line and length yesterday when he tried bowling fuller was much more conducive than bowling it on the offside. But with that chance, especially using stumps, when we say bowl between the stumps might be too overrated, especially having that swing of air. If you've got two slips, why not unearth the opportunity and see how and where it takes you?
Absolutely. I think today his role has to be slightly different than what it was yesterday in the middle overs. Oh, that's a lovely delivery. Hailing in. I think we were just talking about how he is more effective when he's fuller and gets the ball to tail in like that. As we see on the replay.
A bit of more fuller. Norman as well was able to generate more swing. With a nice average of 34 for Noman Zafar. Steams in for the second over.
Incredible start once again. I'm
What-
loving what I'm seeing, Abdul.
What has been consistent with Noman Zafar is his swing. Out of 7 balls he's bowled, we've seen them on 5 deliveries that he's able to take that swing on offer. Tries of catches will go over the head of the fielder inside the circle because power play, only 2 fielders there. Not sure his intention was to go over the fielder, but yes, he did get some of it.
Signs of aggression here by Arjun. We also saw that yesterday when he danced down the track and hit 1 over long off for a 6. This time going over long off once again and driving it. I beg your pardon, Anil, not Arjun Saud. Once again, some inconsistent bounce there. We saw
Reminiscent of what happened with Kanwar
Kanwar
Tadgur.
Tadgur, exactly. And we see that spot from which the ball doesn't take off and you get an extra bounce in front of the keeper. And probably that's something which we saw in the pitch today morning, Abdul. A lot of bare patches.
I'm sure that the side at the pavilion end was a little worn out with rough patches and much more moisture on the other side from the north end. And you can expect that on the full deliveries, the batter will have to bend down and carve it out on himself. Because there's not much bounce where they'll be able to meet the sweet spot of the bat.
Beautifully bowled once again. Probably a perfect outswinger. The batter was caught in the crease, neither forward nor back. And as we spoke in the previous over as well, too good a ball to get a batter out.
I think this is good from Arjun Saud. As long as he's not poking that one, he's not meddling it with. I think he's doing a good job surviving on crease because for those type of balls, you don't try to do anything. It's just the bowler who's trying to communicate to you, trying to make his mark, telling you that it is dangerous. And if you try to play the game of ego, you'll definitely fall prey to his excellent balls, what Noman Zafar is bowling currently.
Yes, you're right. And that's a good leave once again. I think the batter has to kind of play the line and not follow the ball or poke at it. That's the secret to opening the batting. Just play the ball on its merit, straight down the line as far as possible and not poke at it. And that's what Arjun Saud has been doing so far this over.
And clean batting from both the openers. A good pair, strong pair, Nepal's found in form of Anil Kumar Shah and Arjun Saud. They understand each other's strength well. They communicate often.
Once again, a lovely outswinger, but a good leave. End of the over. Nepal 23 for the loss of no wickets after 4 overs.
Arjun Saud yet to open his account, and Anil Kumar Shah batting on 17 of 17. Projected score resembling to yesterday. We've seen this score of 288 at the starting of the innings, but then it was dragged down. It was pulled down by the bowlers of a high performance team.
Interesting to see an attempted slower ball by Irfan. Not something that you see that often, especially in the opening overs. Oh, that's a beautiful looking shot through the offside. Good effort at the boundary. I think the fielder has signaled 4.
That's absolutely serene. He's driven that on the full here. And a genuine cover drive. No half shots from the batter.
We have seen 2 really good cover drives. One from Arjun and one from Anil as well.
And what a way to open Arjun's account. He gets off the mark with a boundary. After 8 balls. Prize of catches. Looks like this one was popped out. I'll have to take a look at the replay to be well aware of what has happened. A shot of him. Shot of him.
Falling short. And I think once again, Abdul, it kind of takes us back to yesterday's discussion. Should we look at getting the slips a tad closer to the stumps, or is it too early to call?
I mean, different conditions from the surface. If bowling at the pace of Irfan Sadat, that should have definitely carried to Ali Nadeem, a safe pair of hands.
Just as we speak, this one goes right over the keeper's head.
Too bitter for the batter. And the keeper also could not get hold of it. From one end, Irfan Sadat surprises us with his bouncer. And from the other side, the pitch has kept few surprises in store for us to see that how low the ball remains. Getting back to the same discussion about the pace, how Irfan Sadat bowls at, this is a trademark of him, that he's able to generate that pace in the dead surface to where it's very dry, and still he's able to get the bouncer over the head of the keeper. That clearly says that he's not short of his skills. It's the track. It might need some help. With yesterday, the pitch was assisting the new ball. But today, it is more slower than yesterday because they're playing on towards the right-hand side of the pitch they've played yesterday on.
Absolutely.
So I think today, if Irfan's bowling to bowl more fuller, he has to remain constant to the set of plan. Because at the slip cauldron, if he's bowling at that pace, if he's using the channel back of the length, then that's the right position. But if he's clear, You've seen that in the first over, second over, the ball stayed low.
Nicely played with soft hands this time around. Yes,
Well,
it's an interesting wicket, Abdul. I think as we see the end of the over, 35 for no loss after 5. I think we'll... from how the pitch will play.
And mind you, it has also rained yesterday a bit, so there should be enough moisture, and it'll take some time for the moisture to dry off the track. And the introduction of spin will hold the ball a bit, and then the batter will have to play it late, is what I assume. But getting back to the discussion, it is upon the captain and the bowler to decide that what his line and the length is to be, because if they are calling Ali Nadeem a bit forward, some Excel skills from Nauman Zafar, Control C and Control V. Exactly the same line, same length, and it's just the replay of Nauman Zafar and his bowling skill set.
Yes, I think we have seen that consistency from him in the last few balls that he's bowled. And it's brilliant to watch. To be honest, it's a treat to watch. Such a beautiful outswinger, starting at middle and off and beating the outside edge. It's just about time that he might find the edge. Or does he have an in-swinger as well? We'll get to know soon.
If he's got one in-swinger, that'll be great. It'll surprise me and Arjun saw the two.
Oh, that's beautifully bowled. Did not carry. As we have seen from this end, the ball isn't carrying that much, even to the keeper, let alone the slips.
Mightily impressed by Nauman Zafar and the change what the coaching team's done with the high-performance team. Especially, they've brought in Nauman Zafar to replace Zahid Shirzad. His swing has been the exclamation mark for not only us, the viewers. Look at that. The captain giving extra support, the cushion to the bowler, how he is bowling to support him. That improves not only the confidence, also the morale of the bowler.
Great to see a third slip coming in. Oh, that is an incredible delivery once again. We are seeing something special out here by this young lad. Nauman bowling some real jaffa. There's hardly anything that a batter could do in this occasion.
Survive. That's all you would expect from the batter. Hang in there, sit tight. And the team spirit from Anil Kumar Saha and Arjun has definitely been shown here. The fact about playing in unison, at times the teams lack, especially when the team's growing. They are vying for that position. They're fighting for it. But here, the scorer who's been taking the lead, Anil Kumar Saha, is talking to Arjun, saying that it's okay, let the ball go to the keeper, let it nestle in. It's okay for you to hang in there for a little bit of more time.
Nicely bowled and nicely played this time around. That's interesting, Abdul. I think we are seeing two different approaches from the two players, which is also very nice to watch. We see Arjun being the traditional, blocking and playing with good technique kind of opener. And I'm not saying by any means that, Anil's technique is not good. But the point is they're having two different approaches. Arjun is trying to kind of play it straight, leave the ball, whereas when Anil is on strike, he's trying to kind of use his feet more, trying to put off the bowler off his line and length and trying to take the aerial route as well as time. So that's an interesting approach. It's kind of, that's pretty much what we call as fire and ice. And it seems to be working well for Nepal as an opening combination. Nicely behind it.
And let me tell you that Anil's batting style has helped Nepal in the initial phase of the innings. And if you can see on your screen that 18 runs being scored by Anil Kumar Saha has taken on the charge. He's the flag bearer of Nepal at the initial part of the innings, and he's telling that you guys can relax till I'm there on the crease. I'll be able to score runs, but you make sure that you anchor the innings, and your job is to carry forward from there. I'll get rid of the shine of the new ball. I'll tackle them. The rest is upon you.
Did a single, end of the over. Once again. Slightly wideish one. Arjun, contrary to his style, trying to chase this one. Wide called by the umpire.
Reeling back to our conversation, heading back again, and that not only helped the other team, but also Arjun, who took time yesterday to get started. And then later on, after departure of Anil Kumar Saha, he was the aggressor. He was succeeding in the ways how Anil Kumar was scoring. So a slow start, he takes his time. Nicely cut away.
Yeah, and taken.
But not nice enough for the batter. Arjun saw to clear the slip. And the trick is worked out. It is again Irfan Sadat who stifles Nepal. On the rebound, collected. It was hit hard enough, but not too hard to go over the head of the point fielder.
Yes, I think that's a great catch in the end. He timed his jump perfectly. Could not hang on to it in the first time, but he kind of reduced the momentum of the ball by popping it up and taking it on the second attempt. Slightly unlucky for Arjun. Probably, would have wanted it to go for a boundary, given that it was short and wide. But I think the bounce kind of outdid him. And early success today for Canada, contrary to what we saw yesterday.
Arjun Saud. Dave Cannell, who did play some strokes yesterday. We've seen his hitting. He's been promoted up the order.
These wonderful pictures that you see on the screen are brought to you by the Six Creations. We have a producer, Gagan, sitting right with us in the commentary box. And he's been spot on with his replays and with his coordination of the beautiful camera setups that he has. So kudos to Cricket Canada and the Six Creations for bringing these pictures to us. Oh, that's a misfield. Probably would be a couple of runs to the batter.
Now, Dave Cannell, I beg your pardon for giving wrong stats. Dave Cannell was dismissed for a 0 yesterday. I mistook him with Kushal Bhurtel. It was Dave Cannell who was dismissed for a 0. Yep. Fast-paced game, just like that, with a fiery block hole ball. Does it to you that at times you overread the condition and the batter.
Absolutely. Irfan was pretty good with his fast Yorkers yesterday in the middle overs. He was consistently trying to hit the block hole. As we saw this coming out of nowhere, I think it kind of took the batsman by surprise. He's got that extra nip about him, the extra yard of pace, which he generates with that fuller delivery. And as a tall batter, it's always important to get your bat down on time, which is what Dave Cannell did on this occasion. Short and wide once again. left alone.
Good leave there. This is the second time Irfan's pulled his length back, bowling shorter one. And I would say that it is a shared wicket between Irfan Sadat and Noman Zafar, especially how Noman Zafar is trying to pile the pressure onto the batter, and where he tried to bowl it a bit wider to the batter. He felt that it is an opportunity for him to score, but he fell prey for his own trick. He tried hitting it hard, but could not time it, where the fielder was good enough to collect it on the rebound. Picked that beautifully there, and a good hand and eye coordination. A boundary for Dev Khanel. Opens his account and is trying to recover from the nightmare from yesterday, where he was dismissed for 0. A good start and a good pickup shot into the leg side.
Yes, that's beautifully played in the vacant square leg region. As we see the replay coming on screen, a half volley on leg stump. Oh, I beg your pardon, this was the wicket replay.
You've been played, you've been looted by Gagan there.
Yeah, that was a good one by Gagan. As we see...
Making sure if you are awake or not.
And a beautiful cover drive and a nice stop in the cover region. Restricts it to 1. And off the end of a successful over.
Loose start from Canada. They were giving easy runs, easy boundaries coming in. Yes, Irfan Sadat's able to get hold of a wicket, but look at the score. It's 6.29, much better than yesterday. Nepal has learnt a good lesson from their start. They are trying to score on the merit. They are making sure that the singles do not dry up. The innings is in fluidity.
That's right. And I'm extremely impressed with Noman Zafar out here. I think he has been phenomenal today in this spell. Would be interesting to see how he goes against Dev Khanel, the new batter.
27 runs came off Irfan Sadat's over, and only 11. 4 overs bowled by Irfan Sadat, and this is the 4th over by Noman Zafar too. I think the captain may want to use Sadat for one more over. He can try a bouncer to Dev Khanel.
Once again, you see that outswing.
Good lead.
The batter trying to charge down the wicket and trying to use his feet.
Out of 18 balls, 15 have been dot balls. You might wonder how 11 runs for Noman Zafar. That very first cover drive for Noman Zafar, it was full, making sure batter tries to come on to him. That's one boundary, and another one taking on Noman Zafar.
Oh, that is a beauty once again. This time, a perfect line and a perfect length, drawing the batter forward as we see the replay coming on screen. This is what you call the perfect banana outswinger. Incredible to watch. This is a great spell out here by Noman. Beautiful bowling.
If he's going to bowl in similar fashion, the only place for the batter to remain safe would be the pavilion. This is delightful for any fast bowler who's looking for swing. That's how you do it. And look at the seam release of his wrist. He locks his wrist. Even the greatest of the bowlers, you would have listened from Wasim Akram, Brett Lee. It's just the positioning of your ball and the grip you hold in your hand.
It's a nice looking stroke. Slightly fuller and driven to mid-off. No runs though. Yes, Abdul, I think that's the key, right? As an opening fast bowler or swing bowler, the positioning of your wrist, how you cock it, and how you kind of release the ball with the seam being upright. That's the whole principle towards fast bowling.
Look at the bowlers right now with Josh Hazelwood. He's one of the bowlers who uses his run up to generate pace, not his shoulder. Exactly how Noman Zafar is doing. And I would say that Bhuvneshwar Kumar is someone who's more rhythmatic, than anyone I've seen. Just to compare, Bhuvi, there's James Anderson, the GOAT. Anyone who's able to generate swing had controlled wrist position, knowing where they're landing, and their run-up was super smooth, knowing how to do it. Nothing too much that stiffs their hamstring. They know what they're doing in when he runs in. Just come in, clock it, and then release. A proper release on his controlled wrist.
Once again, nicely bowled. Looking for the quick single. It just makes it on time. That was really tight.
Good work by Nicholas Manohar to come forward and nestle it in his pouch.
Yes, and I think what I also like, Abdul, about Norman out here, he's stuck to his strength. I think he's really comfortable with the outswing going, and that's his stock delivery. And he's been really consistent at that. I think a lot of times what happens in these scenarios, looking at the ball swing like that, is that the bowler can get carried away and they might try to experiment a bit. But I think he's relying on his consistency. He's relying on the patience and playing on the patience of the batter as well. He wants them to make a mistake instead of him trying something different.
Indeed, he hasn't been impatient, and his fundamental has been to make the batter play. Just not to get hold of the wicket, to ensure that the batter tries to come down onto him and see what he's got. He'll try to test himself, experiment himself. With that, the 8th over ends and 45 for 1 wicket for Nepal.